Their demiurge began with 6 heavens and 6 hells.
When Panku was born, heaven and hell were chaos. Separation means there's a continuation of the world.
His blood is the rivers, muscles are the veins of the earth, flesh is the soil, hair is the constellations, body hair are the plants and trees, bones are made into metal and jades.
Kamui had a world so great that a mighty metal wall wrapped around his realm with only a grand metal gate to enter.
And the animals in the heavens saw how breathtaking this new world was and begged Kamui to let them join in. The maker sells the pottery and hands the cup off to a new pair of hands with fingers that grip the cup perfectly.
One of the fingers pushed down into the center of the clay while the other hand stabilizes it, making sure that the hard work of centering it was not undone.
One morning she woke up to find a beautifully woven basket next to her head. The divine spirit told her that she was to open the basket and assemble the materials until she had created something amazing. Every evening, she walked to the tip of the hill and sat herself on the biggest rock she could find to watch the sunset.
She could only walk out with her head held high. She realized that her clothes meant so much to her.
They were her armor. She brought nuts for the squirrels in the trees and watched them happily feast. A week went by and she never experienced such happiness.
Transformation represents the connection between species.
The pair of hands wedged the clay, kneading it and working it to get any air bubbles out.
The palms of the hands work together in rhythm.
Firmly rocking forwards and backwards, pushing and ticking 10 times one way and then turning the clay to another side and beginning the process again.
He confessed to me also that it is truly said that the med is yaksa, which means first water or the first liquor. This is because he has heard it said that it is the first liquor that God Dios created, and that with this God the Father said the first Mass.
And Aeonia brought forth the teaching to skill the Ainu of hunting and cooking.
And Kamui allowed it, but also made many other creations to live in this world. Once it hits 12 at night, the 3 divines declare the beginning on this month's gathering.
The first divine standing on the left is the Hispanic named Oscar de la Renta. He brings in the beautiful floral design dresses.
The second one is the Italian Domenico Dolce. He is always incorporating intricate details in his garments.
The last one standing on the right is American Christian Serrano. He always pays attention to the woman's curves.
With all the divines gathered up in the center front, the confessions of new funding begin to arise. Understanding the reason behind these new ideas being brought up is challenging.
And that is why the creators need to understand the history behind their inspiration.
The materials migrated with the flow of water where they were transformed into particles which stayed in the earth after the stream changed its course.
The material was then mined, its first human contact, but surely not its last. During the day, she wandered the lands, high and low, soaking up mental images of all the amazing animals and views she came by like a sponge. Every morning, she walked to a nearby river where she placed colorful flowers and watched them float away with the water.
A leader about 80 years old was urged to declare to me who were these Pahatsuns. He told me that the red Pahatsun, who is seated in the east, is Santo Domingo.
When she was born, she decided she wanted to become a doctor. She wished she could stare at them all day. Every afternoon, she climbed the tallest tree on the land that had been given to her by a divine spirit and sat. The event, no rather the chain of events, that really pushed her to choose what she wanted to be, came not from art. On another day, Kamui decided to make something of this world of water and sent a water wagtail to make use of this world. This trout sucks in the water and spits it out to create waves in the water and has an existence so big an earthquake would strike if it moved. And then the first people, the Ainu, were created with bodies of earth, hair of chickweed, and spines made of sticks of willow. As the gathering ended, everyone walked out with the same mindset. They understand now the power and knowledge that the divines have. Over the next few years, she stayed true to her passion for design, often staying up late nights in paint-splattered clothes with color-stained hands and even feet.
Some of the informants and of the principal culprits and their accomplices have assured me that the ceremony begins with invoking 3 divine persons and that they recite the creed.
The walk made her very tired, but she never forgot how beautiful the sky that the divine spirit had created was, with its varying colors and wisping clouds against the moonlight.
He is present
in all walks of life.